Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Expeditions Rome. Let's go ahead and continue from the combat summary. We succeeded in fending off the pirates.
Back to Neptune's asshole, barbarians!
The Triarchus run us straight into the pirate ambush spree. Allow me to execute him right here and right now. This traitor must be working with them.
I believe so as well. It's too great a coincidence. We're sailing to join a war against pirates. It's not so surprising that we should be attacked by pirates on our way. Yeah, I don't think it's quite, it just doesn't feel like a sure thing yet. So, let's go with that.
Don't be naive. This was no random attack. They were out for blood.
It is quite unusual for pirates to attack any ship, let alone a heavily armed Roman galley.
I'm not sure that we would
prefer to attack lightly defended coastal towns instead. It's less risky and more profitable.
I'm not sure that we'd be considered heavily armed.
Let's go talk to the man.
Exactly. Okay, question the Triarchus. You are still down there. Can we loot the bodies or anything? No. That's the D&D player in me. All right. Geminus, what do you have to say for yourself? Hey, I got companions.
You steered us into a trap.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I had nothing to do with it, I promise. They came out of nowhere.
Silence! You utter nonsense! By Mars, it is the sea! How can anyone come from nowhere?
We cannot execute a man based on no evidence. Besides, we need our Triarchus to make it safely ashore.
Yeah, I'm with Gaius here.
What do you say, kid? What do you think we should do?
Why are you asking me? You're the Primus. This kind of decision is your responsibility. Why do you want him dead, Gladiator? Guys, if pirates don't attack ships as you say, why would these ones make an exception? He needs to be executed. What's done is done. There's nothing to gain from executing the Triarchus now. That's what I'm going to be leaning towards. But let's go ahead and see what everyone else has to say. I am totally fine being asked, so I don't think we need to ask that. Why do you want him dead, Gladiator?
We are close to our destination, and we can reach it without him. If there is a possibility that he is working with the enemy, we cannot risk to let him live. Mercy, doubt, hesitation. These are all openings that the enemy can exploit to kill you. This man's value to us is far less than the threat he may pose.
I don't really agree. Guys, if pirates don't attack ships as you say, why would these ones make an exception?
We are, many of us, important people, on our way to join the action against Lesbos. Is it not conceivable that the rebels heard of us? The Kingdom of Pontus is known to sponsor pirates, to harass and weaken Rome. I do not believe we have any reason to suspect our Triarchus of colluding with them.
Yeah, no, I'm with Gaius here. What's done is done. There's nothing to gain from executing the Triarchus now. We can always turn them over to people when we get to Lesbos. You know, have them investigate it.
Very well. We shall spare his life. But remember, mercy is a luxury you will not always be able to afford.
I disagree. The cost of mercy is a price I will always be able to pay. Perhaps, but in this case we certainly can't afford to lose our Triarchus. We still have to reach Lesbos. No, I disagree. The cost of mercy is a price I will always be able to pay.
I will hold you to your word, young woman.
Okay.
Thank you. If you ever again need the help of a skilled navigator, I am at your service.
Rowers, up the tempo, and keep your eyes open.
Quest succeeded. Pirates on the Mediterranean. And we did affect the morale of some people. So that is still the same as Expeditions, Viking, and Rome. Okay. So it looks like we get to choose our class now. Okay, so Velez, the speed and unpredictability of light infantry allows them to cause great chaos among enemy ranks. Subclasses assassins have good mobility and high single target damage. Duelists are evasive fighters that dodge and weave between attacks. Brawlers are versatile fighters that excel at penetrating enemy lines. So, assassin, cheap shot, applies savage to self, 100% crit chance for the next attack by this character. Shiv, make a quick offhand attack at half damage, which does not cost an action point. And Tactical Advance, applies tactical to self. Character will not incur attacks of opportunity, kind of like that. I could be, let's see. Lorica Hamata 1. Triaris Helmet 1. Gladius and Pugio. Best armor type medium. Class weapon dagger, can be dual wielded. So let's take a look at the Triarius. The third line of a Roman legion can reduce the effectiveness of enemies and improve the performance of their allies. Subclasses medics heal their teammates and remove negative effects. Flag bearers control the battlefield by buffing allies and removing moving enemies. Destroyers deliver devastating attacks that damage enemy armor. So, Death Blow. 4 to 7 piercing damage, 1 armor shred, plus 50% damage against a target who is stunned, stuck, knocked down, or sundered. 2 hexes. Warhorn, 6 hex radius. Applies rallied to allies, plus 25% damage. And Logistics. Applies coordinated, plus 2 maximum movement. Okay. And that is Heavy Lorca Hamata. Princeps Helmet 1. Lankia 1. Alright. Sagittarius. The ability to strike at a distance makes archers very flexible, hampered only by shields which deflect their arrows. Marksmen are defensive archers that deny areas to the enemy. Hunters are close-range multi-target shooters. Snipers prefer to pick off single targets at great distance. So, Interrupt for Marksman. Quick Shot for the Hunter. Shoots 2 individually selected targets with a minus 30% accuracy and a 30% chance to miss. Deflected by shields. Ranging Shot. Applies spotted to hexes. Ranged attacks against this target deal full damage regardless of distance. Okay. Light Lorica Hamata. Sagittarius Helmet 1. Arcus 1. And Princeps. Heavy armor and sturdy tower shields give Rome's frontline infantry unparalleled survivability. Hint, Princeps are the most straightforward class to play. Defenders focus on survivability and protecting allies. Vanguards charge into the fray and excel at using their shields as weapons. And veterans lock down the enemies and resist enemy attempts to do the same to them. With Lorica Musculata, Centurion Gallia, Hasta, and Clypeus. Okay. Provides an extra bar of hit points for the shield. So, Defender regains 2 stacks of Strong, applies Strong to self. 25% of the character's shield strength maximum is restored at the beginning of their turn. Frighten, minus 10 morale to all enemies within range. That's a 2 hex radius. And a Knockdown. Knockdown's pretty good. I like archers, but I'm not sure that I like our main character as one. Same thing with the Triarius. So I'm leaning towards Velez or Princeps. High single target damage sounds pretty nice. Being able to get an extra attack in is kind of nice as well. And not incurring attacks of opportunity is also pretty good. But I also kind of like the idea of just being a... heavy warrior. I hadn't gotten this far into my testing, so I am not actually sure what I want to choose. -4 movement, though. That's kind of unfortunate. I like movement. I really do. -2 movement. I think we'll go with Velas. We don't get a shield, which will make our main character a little bit more vulnerable. But I also like the idea of 100% crit chance. Shiv seems pretty good too, but I think we'll go with that. Oh, can we actually select multiple skills? Okay, no, we can't. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I like 100% crit chance. That sounds fun. Go ahead and confirm that. Act 1, Asia Minor, 1st century BC. Lucullus's legion camp on the island of Lesbos.
Gentlemen, Domina, welcome to Lesbos, the pearl of the Mediterranean.
An ugly nest of pirates.
An impenetrable fortress of pirates, more like. With an infinite food supply thanks to the strength of their fleet.
We shall find a way to limit this infinite supply, then.
You think like an imperator, Gaius. All right, people. This is Lucullus's war camp, the heart of our operations in this territory. You have been seaborne for a long time now. I suggest you walk it off. See the things you have to see, and meet the people you have to meet. The consul waits in the command tent. Don't be too late if you don't want to see him angry. A word.
Shall I leave you alone, Domini?
Stay, Zoe. Your help might be necessary.
Alright. Yeah, you can stay. Do not presume you can order my service around. No, that's fine. What is it? Why are you being so shifty? You just told me not to be late. Is this your way of testing me? What is it? Why are you being so shifty?
Shifty? No. I'm trying to be discreet.
Okay.
I want to make sure we're on the same page. You're not here to fight.
And what if I do want to join the war? I'm not some delicate flower, you know. What is expected of me, then? Don't worry. I'll keep a low profile. Helman Tretta keeping a low profile. And what if I want to join the war? I'm not some delicate flower, you know. That also fits this portrait best.
Your mother has sent you here to be kept safe, away from your family's enemies.
So I can make new ones.
To be honest, I don't think it is wise to send one's daughter to war. Actually, I think it's insane. But what I think is unimportant. My job is to protect you.
I can protect myself, and as for how I spend my time on Lesbos, I will decide that. Thank you for your honesty. I will consider your recommendation. There's no reason to be rude to him.
Of course.
Okay. Trial by fire. Find and talk to Lucullus when you are ready to proceed. Alright, but... I want to find some... Alright, so there's some gates. Is there anything that I can look at? I miss all the barrels that I could open. I like the barrels. It's a pretty impressive camp area here. Alright, so that's where I need to go. Fair enough. Want barrels. Alright. No barrels. I'm sad. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to Cineros.
Domina.
How are you doing, Cineros? Why would my mother send me here of all places? What do you know about the council? Do you need anything? What should I do, Cineros? How are you doing, Cineros?
I am hungry and my face is wind-burned, but at least both of my feet are planted on solid ground now.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Why would my mother send me here of all places?
To save your life, of course. She firmly believes the Witelli killed your father. Sending you here was the best course of action.
I don't want to be a soldier, I just want to save my family. If this is what it takes to bring the Witellius brothers down, so be it. To tell you the truth, I'm glad to be here. This is a fine place to make a name for myself. No, if this is what it takes to bring the Witellius brothers down, so be it.
That is a practical outlook. But be careful that you don't focus so much on your ultimate goal that you miss important lessons or experiences along the way.
I'm not too worried about that, but thank you. What do you know about the council?
Dominus Lucius Licinius Lucullus was a close friend of your father's, and a supporter of your mother's efforts. He is now the closest thing you have to a father. You ought to keep this in mind.
Okay, do you need anything?
Besides a good wine, a warm bath, and a thorough massage, not much.
Not sure
Thank
you'll be
you.
getting those.
But you should think about yourself, Domina.
Not sure if you'll be getting those around here. What should I do?
I would get used to my surroundings and visit the consul as soon as possible. We're here to accomplish something. Time to find out what it is.
That's a good point. I'll talk to you later. And what about you, Bestia Tabat?
Salwe,
You are Bestia Tabat, right? I'm Lucretia Elmendretta.
I am called Bestia Tabat indeed. You fight well. I noticed it.
Well, thank you. May I ask you a few questions?
You may ask, and I may answer or not.
So, in other words, ask you almost anything. Got it. Your name is quite unusual. Is Bestia your family name?
Your name is unusual. Tabat is the name that was given to me by my father. Bestia is the name I took when I earned my freedom. I chose it because I have fought and defeated many beasts.
Okay. Where are you from?
I was born in Mauritania, but I am a Roman citizen.
Have you ever fought in a war before?
Until I undertook this voyage, I fought every single day in the arena. But wars, this will be my first.
You were a gladiator. You must know much of combat then. Any advice to give?
I recommend you to not die.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Honor matters little. He who stands tall in the end will always be a winner.
I'm not so sure about the honor matters little, but yeah, we can differ on that. What can you tell me about the commanders here?
They say Lucullus has the greatest military mind in Rome. I only know he is consul and imperator, but I don't understand what that means.
How have you lived in Rome without knowing what these titles mean?
This is my first time seeing a senator outside of the spectator stands.
That's fair. Consul means he is one of the 2 men elected to rule all of Rome this year. He is imperator because he holds the authority to command the legions of Rome. Let's give him that one.
Then, from what I have heard, we are in good hands. It will be an honor to fight for such a man.
Alright. You did not like the Triarchus, did you?
He will fail again and cause the death of someone you care about. And that death will be your doing. Mark my words.
No. That death will be his doing, then. Not mine. Let's focus on who actually is responsible for things. Alright. That's good. Can we go in here? We can. Is there anything of interest in here? They may not have a crafting system like the, baths. Like in, Expeditions of Viking. Let's go check this out. What do we got here?
The pirates are getting bolder. They attacked another one of our galleys this morning.
Geminus tell you too?
That's right.
This is the second time his galley's been attacked, and yet he still lives.
Okay, can't go out that way. I don't think that there's much point in going around unless I can find someone else to talk to. I'm not really seeing anyone else. Quite the plume there. Surprising amount of purple, I will say. Not seeing anyone else to talk to, so let's go over here. Go ahead and follow our character.
Saw Agrippa harassing that old Servus with the limp again.
That small-dicked bully. Did you tell the Praefectus?
He won't do anything about it. Agrippa is connected back home.
One day that man is going to fall out of a watchtower to his death. It'll be tragic.
I'll help him.
Don't joke about that kind of thing.
Well, looks like we are to go in here. So let's do that.
This is not going to work, as long as the rebels keep receiving supplies by sea.
We will need to cut their supply lines. It's an operation for our occulta speculatores.
Howdy! How's it going? Let's see. Awe, Lucullus. And achievement unlocked, Patronus. We have arrived as requested. Occulta Spectores, remain silent. Don't want to interrupt, but... asking about the conversation seems quite rude. We'll go with the greet option.
By Jupiter, you are just as beautiful as your mother. This is the unique young woman I was telling you about, Thermos.
Unique, you say? Look, I understand you feel indebted to her father, but...
I don't want to hear but. You must trust me on this. She will be a great asset to my speculatores.
What are the speculatores? I was told there would be no fighting. Is it even permitted for women to fight? Just tell me what needs to be done. No, that's rude. Gladly, the chance to prove myself is what I've come here for. What are the speculatores?
A special cohort, assembled for particularly daring undertakings.
Oh, goody.
Soon enough, you shall see the kind of thing they are tasked to carry out.
I was told there would be no fighting. Is it even permitted for women to fight?
Who told you that? Listen, Claudiana is protective as a mother should be, but I know how your father raised you. You will not be best served by wandering this camp aimlessly for the duration of my campaign. Your skills make you far too valuable an asset to waste like that.
I like that. Gladly, the chance to prove myself is what I've come here for.
There will be ample opportunities for that, my young ward. A trial by fire is what you need.
Oh, goody.
Now pay attention. We've been in a deadlock here on Lesbos for some time now. My co-consul, Marcus Aurelius Cotta, is engaged against King Mithridates of Pontus, in the east. Mithridates is using the pirates of Lesbos as his navy.
The fortress of Mytilene here is well protected, but it also has a weakness. There's a mountain pass we can utilize. I will lead the assault myself.
I volunteer for the vanguard. If my uncle can defeat Pontus, I can surely handle Mytilene.
So be it, then. Meanwhile, you will prove yourself as a leader, my young ward. Take Caeso Quintius Acollinus, your Servus Cineros, and that gladiator who came with you on the ship.
Okay.
You will meet up with Julius Calidus of my legion speculatores. Your mission is to sneak into the harbor and destroy the enemy ships any way you can. I expect you have questions.
Yeah. Let's see. Will the Legionari accept a woman taking command of them?
You have nothing to fear from Julius Calidus. I know him well. You can trust him.
Okay. Why can I not take part in the main assault like guys? No, that's fine. I don't mind having my own mission. I'd prefer to choose my own people. No, it's okay. All of this is just a secondary operation to Kota's campaign? That's reasonable.
That doesn't make what we're doing any less important.
Understandable.
Mithridates has a dozen warriors for each of our legionari. Defeating Pontus will require patience and caution. Regaining control of the Aegean Mare is a crucial step in cutting off Mithridates' supply lines.
So the Aegean Sea, I think. No more questions. I'll do what needs to be done.
Wait. Are those your father's old weapons? I'm sure they mean a lot to you, but look. The leather is brittle. This won't do. Visit my smith, Sextus, and get yourself properly equipped before you go.
Okay. Leaving the area. When you're ready to leave the area, look for the red icon to find an exit to the world map. Okay. Can I talk to you?
Solway.
Hey, you are an interesting man, guys. I did just want to say, beware the Ides of March.
Interesting. I shall accept this as a compliment, but prepare to be disappointed.
Oh, I
To
know what
the
you're
extent
going to
of
do
my
in Gaul.
knowledge and ability, I shall try to be as helpful as I can.
The first time I've traveled so far from home.
Indeed. Staying in Rome became, shall we say, politically disadvantageous to me. That's why I left it. Like you, I've never been to Lesbos before. I did my homework, though, in case you have any questions.
I just might. When I was double-checking to figure out what the era was, I did, when I saw the date for Lucullus, I was like, oh, hey, Caesar's probably around somewhere. So what do you know about this island?
Lesbos is one of the most important islands on this sea. Some cartographers call it the Horse Island, on account of its shape.
Mm-hmm. Why are the pirates here?
Location, I would guess. The island has countless coves and natural harbors for pirate ships to hide in. Not to mention the massive fortress in Mytilene.
Alright. Our army is vastly superior to these Greeks. I don't see why we can't simply wipe them out.
Be that as it may, their position here is superior. Mytilene is right next to the sea, and their fleet brings them supplies constantly. It's a stalemate.
Yeah, it's something else I want to ask you about.
Of course.
Do you think the Triarchus was working with the enemy?
Does it matter? For the sake of this discussion, let us say he was a traitor. In the end, we are triumphant and the pirates are dead. The Triarchus, if indeed he worked with them, now knows he picked the wrong side. In a war like this, allegiances are rarely about ideology. The common person wants nothing more than to be on the winning side, and we have shown Geminus that the winning side is ours.
Fair enough. This war camp looks like a town itself.
Fascinating, isn't it? The Legion can build a fortified camp like this almost overnight. In my opinion, that is the foundation of Rome's military might.
It is pretty impressive. We'll talk later.
Wait. Listen, you seem trustworthy. I may have need for your help on a rather sensitive matter.
Yeah, you can trust me. I'm not your servant girl. That depends on what kind of sensitive matter we're talking about, but no, you can trust me.
That is good to hear. Keep in mind the matter I'm about to mention is rather personal in nature.
All right, so I'll tell everyone. Got it.
Discretion would be appreciated.
Yep, tell everyone.
I've been keeping a detailed account of our journey ever since we left port. Shortly after our arrival, however, the journal went missing. I believe it to be stolen by one of the Centuriones.
Are you sure it was stolen? What makes you think it was a Centurio who stole it? Why don't you simply walk up to this Centurio and retrieve your property yourself? This is a serious accusation, and if true, a serious crime. We should inform the Primus Pilus. Very well, tell me what I can do for you. Are you sure it was stolen?
I'm reasonably sure. The journal might be misplaced, but I find this to be improbable since I write regularly.
Alright. What makes you think it was a Centurio who stole it?
I have seen a particular man walking out of my tent. As a matter of fact, I have already confronted him, and he pretty much admitted his guilt.
But why would he steal your diary?
Pain comes in many forms. Physical, emotional, and let us say that some men just enjoy inflicting pain in all forms.
Well, yeah. That is true. Why don't you simply walk up to this Centurio and retrieve your property yourself?
That I have already tried. He threatened me in a way. He said if I continue bothering him, he would read the contents of my journal publicly.
And the journal includes admissions of certain actions you're not proud of?
I can stand by my decisions, and I'm proud of my actions. It's just that I don't want some donkey-headed brute reciting them in public.
All right. This is a serious accusation, and if true, a serious crime. We should inform the Primus Pilus.
Roman law is valid in Rome, and our perpetrator knows this. This is a personal matter, and therefore it should be solved personally.
All right, very well. Tell me what I can do for you.
The Centurio is called Agrippa, I think. He hangs out with his friends near the tent over there. I thought perhaps you could convince him to hand over my journal. Needless to say, I would like to keep the contents of the journal private. I would appreciate if you'd refrain from reading it.
All right. Well, I have heard about this guy. So, let's see. Caesar's journal. We'll go ahead and track that one. I've heard about this guy, and I did kind of want to do something to him. What about Lucullus?
Selway, my girl, do you need anything?
Yeah, I want to thank you for saving my life.
That is unnecessary. I just wish your father could see you like this. He would have been proud.
Do you think I'm safe here? Those people attacked our villa. What if they find me? Why did you save me? What do you stand to gain from my survival? I just want to go home. I'm worried about my mother and sister. Why did you save me?
Your father was like a brother to me, and as such, you are like my own child. Not everything is a balance sheet. Some matters are just personal.
That's reasonable. You and my father were close?
We served together under Cornelius Sulla in the Social War. He was the most talented spy I've ever known.
He taught me a lot about staying ahead of my enemies.
I know. You're a natural fit for the occultist speculatores. If you're anything like your father, you'll even enjoy it.
The people we're here to fight, are they pirates or rebels?
Lesbos has rebelled against Rome. We call them pirates for political reasons, when in reality these people are organized much like a navy. They are allied with Mithridates, Megas of Pontus. He's without a doubt the most dangerous enemy Rome has faced since Hannibal.
Well, how can he pose a threat against the might of Rome?
Pontus is a strong nation. They have conquered Colchis, Cappadocia, and Bithynia, and these conquests have made them bold. Mithridates himself is a fascinating figure. They say he has rendered himself immune to poison.
This is not the first time Mithridates has fought Rome.
My mentor, Cornelius Sulla, defeated him some years ago when he first invaded our province of Asia. Mithridates exploits the ebb and flow of the conflict between the factions of our Senate. He strikes when Rome is divided, like a vulture circling a wounded wolf.
Okay. I will see you later, Patrone. And this is a good place to call it and see. I can save and create a new save file. Do I type? Oh, I just confirmed. Ah, there we go. All right. P02. Go. So, when we come back next time, we'll go find this Agrippa and see what he did with the journal. See you next time, everyone.